Hi everyone, long time no see. I've been away off the screen for a little while. Had people here for virtually 3 weeks over Christmas, family, well, all family, and it was lovely. I really loved it. But sadly on New Year's Day had a nasty fall. So I'm about to tell you about my recipe I've just done, well, just finished. And I'll just explain why it's done the way it's slightly different format, simply because I had a bad fall and I wanted to do the stew at that time when I had the stock ready. I'm going back to the lamb stock where I did Don't Waste Any Bones. Made an incredible stock, it was brilliant. So I wanted to complete that quickly while the stock was fresh, and I wanted to wind it up. And the only way I could do it, because of my fall, I had a great big black thing on my arm to support my arm. I was in a right pickle with myself, but I'm back now. Everything's getting back to normal slowly. I am going away for a week with my granddaughter. We're taking her to Centre Parks, but after that it's going to be business as usual, I hope. Anyway, getting back to what I did. So I'd made the stock, which you saw on the clip. Next day I went in the fridge and I literally pulled everything out the fridge that was usable, and you'll see from the video where I'm not actually showing myself on it. I was a mess at that time because I was bruised and what have you, and it makes the most wonderful lamb stew. So what I will say to you, give it a watch. It's real comfort food, especially tonight, -6 here. I hope you're all keeping warm and keeping safe. Don't have a fall. Mine was not ice related. It was just that my brother and my husband had put the boxes out for the bin men, and I was going on night duty and didn't see them, and literally fell into them and tried to save myself. Disaster it was. But anyway, still got on night duty. So like I say, getting back to the stew, it's homely, it's really nice, and you can chop and change your ingredients, and it was the most brilliant way of using up the cold lamb. I used half in the stew and I kept the other half and made a lamb curry. So give it a watch, and I hope you love it, and I'll be back with you, back to normal. I'm back on my feet, and life's going back to normal, so I'll see you all very soon. Okay, so we had leeks, celery, swede, onion, carrots, potatoes, pearl barley, split peas. I think that was it. Yes, I'm looking at it here. And they were all chopped and just went into the stew pot, okay? So just see, and that there you can see that's the skimmed stock that was left over, and all these veg get added into there. Here, this is a picture for you, a clip for you to see the barley I was using, the split peas I was using. I put about a heaped tablespoonful and a half went into the stock pot. All these shavings I've got, I'm trying to start composting. So another way of becoming zero waste, shall we say. I'm not very good at that. I do make the effort, but I'm trying harder this year to become as though we don't waste anything. And again, they can see my veg have gone in, and it's starting to take on the basis of a good stew, but it's going to need a good at least an hour and a quarter on a simmering roll now. And here you can see I'm just stirring it around. All the veg have gone in there now. I put potatoes in as well, although I don't think my new potatoes, they're going in any minute now. But at the moment we've got the base of all the veg in there, and it's starting to come to heat. But you must achieve that simmering roll, and then once it's rolling away nicely, just keep an eye on it, keep your fluid levels up. You may need to add a little bit of water to it, and if you feel the stock is weakening, you can always add lamb stock cube. I use Knorr, but in this case, in this particular stock, I'd made such a lovely stock. The lamb bone was lovely, and the meat that came off it was lovely, so I didn't need to add anything else. Here I'm going to put into now the bouquet garni. I always tend to use one of these, especially in the winter. It's like a tea bag with your dried herbs in. During the summer I make up my own, which is out the garden, rosemary, thyme, oregano, bay leaves. That's it, that makes a bouquet garni. But during winter, when you don't have your fresh herbs, just shove that in, it makes all the difference. But do remember, that must get fished out. You don't want anyone getting that in their bowl of stew. It'd be terrible. So what I tend to do is I take that out as I add the meat, just to remind myself. But you can see that's got a lovely bubble going on there, and the smell is divine, trust me. Just showing you the new potatoes that I added to this stew. You don't have to peel them or anything like that. If it's new potatoes, your skins just cook away in, and all the goodness is in the skin of a potato, really. What they do is they do help us with the thickening, with the pulses. So you can use old or new, whatever. You don't want them too big, too small, but you don't want them too big either. You want to make sure they're cooked. So they just get tipped into your stew. Absolutely delicious. Again, they were sat in the bottom of the fridge and I didn't want to waste them. Now my lamb, the lamb's been out the fridge and it's come to room temperature. I've got half of it still left over, which I'm going to curry. This half, I'd quite big chunks. You don't want it too small. You want people to know they're getting a couple of nice chunks of lamb. I made sure any gristly bits they cut away, cut off. It was a really good leg of lamb actually. It was from Tesco. So that's going to join the stock pot. One thing I just thought about, I will warn you guys, I wouldn't advise using you can put green beans in, you can put cabbage into your stew. I wouldn't use cauliflower. The flavour's slightly too strong when you're doing a stew of this kind. This is the final stage, as you can see by the colour. It's beginning to be a proper stew. Okay, this is you now. So you do your veg, rolling boil for around about an hour and 15 minutes. Then you add your meat, and then it needs another hour for those. Everything to come together, just a gentle simmer, this final hour. And that is beautiful. The smell from it, taste it at this stage, decide whether you need to add a lamb stock cube to it. What I did add is salt and pepper. I always put some seasoning in. I always do it at the end because you can, if you put it in, you can't take it away. So I'm always careful with the seasoning. Absolutely delicious. It's just going to need probably another 45 minutes, bubble away to really thicken up. Then I'm going to make some dumplings, put some dumplings in it, and I'll show you the end result. Okay guys, this is the end picture, and the dumplings that are in it are just ordinary dumplings. Now in the oven, in a casserole, when you bake your dumplings, you get a bit of a crust on the top of them. This was very much like going into a soupy stew, so you don't get that effect. You just get your dumplings swollen and lovely and fluffy and full of flavour. I used vegetable suet in my dumplings and just absolutely perfect. It's a really lovely hearty winter's dish, and it's a wonderful way to use up any veg you've got sat in the fridge, and you're not wasting your bones. You're getting like double value from the bones, and the cold meat, nothing is wasted. Do give it a try, and I hopefully will be back with you very soon, back to my normal self, and look forward to hearing from you all. Take care. Love to you all. Bye.